Yes, what a treat we've got today. Two experts this week.
Where?
Derek and Mark, thanks very much for coming in.
Pleasure. No problem.
Now, Old Firm rivals. So for the viewers at home, an extra £5 pay-per-view, you can watch Derek and Mark roll about the car park after this.
Naked,
right.
That is.
Naked get-offs, alright?
Or pain.
We're going to start with the game on Saturday. We've been accused of Old Firm bias. But Motherwell v Aberdeen, you drive through Motherwell, didn't you? You got your holidays in Aberdeen, didn't you?
Used to.
How much at 11 is it? 3 main players for Aberdeen are going to be missing. Is it a big blow for them?
I think it is. I think when you take the three your main players and probably your best players of the season at your team, it's going to affect you. The thing with Derek is though that he's got that much at his disposal. You know, he put together a good squad in the summer. And he's chopped and changed, so even the guys that are going to come in are probably not been sitting on the bench for that long. So again, that just shows the strength and depth he's got. But if you take those guys out the team, you're going to notice a wee bit of a difference.
I think he's trying to play it down a little bit this week, isn't he? Because I think underneath it all, he realises how much, certainly guys like McLean, you know, that obviously he's on his way to Norwich, but I think even from Christmas on, I think he's been at the top of his game. So it's a huge blow, and then getting up against a Motherwell side, you know, that have been a real good cup side this season, a real physical aspect to their game. I think Aberdeen, you know, would have liked to have been at full strength. They're not, so they just need to get on with it.
Who would you say is the biggest miss out of the 3? Shinnie, McLean and Logan?
I think
it's a tough
it's a tough
Shinnie
game.
and McLean,
I was going to say, I think Shinnie for his influence. I know McLean, top player, international player, but I think Shinnie just is, because he can play a number of positions as well. He's a leader of the team, so I think him for what he's done this season, he has goals as well.
I think Mark, he's a driving force behind the team, you know, and you need somebody to get other players playing. He brings that to the fore. So maybe if he's not having the greatest game, I think he gets other players playing as well. And a real driving force, and you're right, for the middle of the park, you know, even getting himself into the box and getting goals. You know.
But Logan as well, see when you think about Logan, he's been Aberdeen's right back for a number of years now. You very often see an Aberdeen team without him in the side. So you take him out, who plays there?
Who plays right back?
Who plays right back? You know, you're maybe looking at, I don't really know off the top of my head, but you're maybe looking at a centre half or somebody who's not used to playing there, getting shunted out there, and that can be a problem, especially with the way Motherwell plays. So he'll be a big loss as well, but I think Shinnie's the main one.
Might even get Stuart McKimmie out of retirement and come and play. It's been tight between the two teams this year. Does form come into it going into a semi-final? Do you think of the games that you've had previous with these teams?
I think it does, but people try to play that down. You know, they say, oh, it's a cup semi-final, that form goes out the window. But I think both of them, you know, have been, well, certainly Motherwell have been a little bit up and down. Obviously, people look at Aberdeen against the bigger sides. They have struggled, but I think they'll beat Motherwell a couple of times this season. Motherwell beat Aberdeen a couple of times as well. So a real 50-50 game, but what could edge it, and it's just what you were talking about, Si, the 3 players, and we're talking about Shinnie and McLean, you know, in that midfield area, that could be a big loss.
I think when you look at the game a couple of weeks ago, Aberdeen went to Motherwell, and that was off the back of Motherwell doing quite well, you know, against Celtic, getting a draw, and Aberdeen went there and won 2-0, you know, ground out. I think that can help. See, when you're playing in such close proximity, you know, you're a couple of weeks, I think that'll give Aberdeen the boost that they need, knowing that they went there, ground at a result. And I know it's a different stage at Hampden, I know it's a different pitch, but I just think when you play somebody a few weeks ago and turn them over, gives you that wee bit of confidence.
What about the fact that Motherwell have not really got anything to play for now? They're going to finish in the bottom 6, Aberdeen are still fighting for second. Does that come into it as well?
It's everything.
It's everything for Motherwell now,
if they
isn't
can
it?
get to another cup final, what an achievement that is. You know, Stevie Robertson's done a fantastic job. You know, and they get kind of a lot of unfair criticism for me, you know, because I've just mentioned it, the physical aspect, but they can play a bit as well, you know, and they play at their strengths, and they're a really difficult side to play against. I think that's what Aberdeen have learned to do against them, is to match up at times in battle them, try and win the battle, because if you don't, you'll get found wanting.
So who do you fancy for it?
As much as Aberdeen are, you know, further ahead in the league and they've got, you know, a better squad probably, they won a couple of weeks ago, I know they'll take confidence. I just get a sneaky feeling Motherwell might get there. I think being at Hampden earlier on this season, you know, and and having that wee bit of experience, and they dug deep and got a result there where it wasn't expected as well to get to the final. I think they might just sneak it. I think it'll be a battle. Motherwell will make it that way. Although they've got quality players, I think they'll make it a battle, and I think they might just edge it.
Eric?
I'm going to go the other way.
Good. I like that. Good.
I think it might go into. I think it could go extra time. I think it could even go to penalty kicks.
Right.
Do you know that?
Right.
I think that's how tight it's going to be. And I just think with Derek McInnes, you know, and I think he's a top manager, Derek McInnes, and you know he's been there. He's done it before, and it's obviously Stevie's got them to a cup final this season, but he might be the telling factor, McInnes.
Okay, on to Celtic Rangers. Mark, we'll start with you. Celtic's form since their victory at Rangers, is it a concern for you?
Well, they've not been great, have they? That day at Ibrox, they were fantastic. Well, didn't start well, but turned out they were fantastic with 10 men. And you're right, after that game, they've again went backwards a wee bit. I think that's been the story of the season a lot for Celtic. They have these games where they're great and they're back to their best for last season, and then you find a block of maybe 3 or 4 games where they seem not to be themselves. And I was at the game, the Hamilton game on Sunday, and it turned into a wee bit of a training exercise at times, but there wasn't that intensity for Celtic, and that could be a bit of a concern. However, I think when you go to Hampden and you're playing against Rangers again and you get that buzz, I think there'll be a different sort of atmosphere and tempo about that Celtic team. So I just think Celtic have got that hold as well over Rangers.
Just talking about that intensity, you know, when you know you're better than the opposition, which 9 times out of 10 Celtic are in your domestic game. If you lose that wee 10% in your game, that's why I think their form's been a wee bit up and down. That'll not happen on Sunday. This is a cup semi-final. It's everything for Rangers. So that intensity for me will go up a notch or two.
And on to Rangers, did you see enough of the victory over Dundee to give you confidence going into this game?
Yeah, I think Rangers, middle to front, you know, they've got pace in their team, they've got good movement, they're a handful. That's for sure. It's just sometimes at the back, I still think they're a little bit vulnerable. But, you know, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think the last Old Firm game was magic. You know, I thought Rangers in the second half, when Celtic went down to 10 men, that tempo dropped out of their game. That intensity we're talking about, you cannot do that. You've got to keep that up for the full 90 minutes.
Or even lift it then, eh?
If you're going to get that victory, if you're going to get that win that they so badly want. So it's a big ask, but if they can keep that intensity and play with that flair, play with that pace, certainly in the wide areas, they'll cause Celtic problems.
And who that Rangers team would you fear going into the game?
Well, I say before the last one, I says Windass, and he scores within a minute or 2 minutes. Now, if he's fit, but look, you can't take your eye off Morelos. I know he gets a lot of stick, right, and he misses chance after chance. It's no doubt he scores, you know, and he's a handful, and he's a player who could be doing nothing for 60 minutes of a game. Look at last week. He was pretty poor by all accounts last week for a large portion of the game. He ends up scoring, and did he set up the other one as well?
Mark, I like his movement as well.
He's always on the move, isn't he?
I think he creates space. You're talking about Windass, sometimes Murphy, guys like that come for wide areas coming. I think he creates a little bit of space. So, yeah, is he the best finisher in the world? No, by a long
he's strong
shot.
as well. I mean, see when we've seen at Ibrox and backing into the Celtic centre halves, and you've seen that's how Simonovic starts getting sent off, because for 45 minutes he held off 2 or 3 of the Celtic centre halves, and you could see Simonovic getting a wee bit annoyed, and that's why he holds out the elbow. You know, I still think it was to protect himself, but and he hits him. But that's what he does. He frustrates centre halves, and I think that'll be a problem for Celtic on Sunday.
The only thing you should get stick for is that Barnett, innit? But anyway, so from your side, Derek, who you fear?
Love a Barnett like that.
For your side, Celtic team, who you fearing for Sunday?
Oh, again, you look at them in the middle of the park. You know, they've got that. They're big time players. You know, when it comes to the crunch, you know, you look at the last Old Firm game. You know, Rangers were, for me, were the better side, but it's like big moments in the game. You know, sometimes it can be a Sinclair, sometimes it can be a Griffiths. You know, they've just got that knack in the big games at the right time, the right moments, coming up with the goods. So that's what I fear for a Rangers perspective, because they've been there, they've done it, and they're big time players. Strikers is a big debate on both sides. If you're a Celtic manager, who are you going with on Sunday?
Well, look, if you look at Brendan Rodgers and his history, he always
Dembele.
opted for Dembele. For the big games, Rangers, Champions League games against Aberdeen, it's always Dembele.
Do you agree with that?
I mean, I like Griffiths. I can't get away.
Again, it's the movement we're talking about. You know,
I watched the game against Hamilton, and Dembele, I thought he was disappointing again. I thought a lot of things bounced off him, and he tried, but it didn't work. He brings Griffiths on, and within a minute and a half, his movement in the box gets free, and then for that 45 minutes, you see him always on the shoulder, his enthusiasm to get in behind defenders is second to none, and he can score from anywhere. Plus his set pieces as well. He's a corner taker, he puts it right in the money every time. However, I just think
he seems quite huffy to me, Big Dembele. You know, it's if he fancies.
Yeah,
if he fancies it or not. Yeah. That's how I think. You talk about Griffiths, we're talking about Morelos, their movement off the ball, their pace. You can't relax for a moment. So I don't understand why it's always Dembele, but obviously
he always scores. The thing is, he always scores against Rangers.
He does. He's a big game player.
So if you're looking at history, Ibrox games, Celtic Park, Hampden. Always scores, so I think
maybe
Rodgers
that's
will for him.
The big game mentality comes into it. Maybe that's part of it.
On to the managers. If Murty loses on Sunday, is the job away for him?
I don't think he should get the job in the long run. I've said it before, Si. I think what he's done in the short term has been brilliant. You know, it's been remarkable, and I think what he's done is he's bought the Rangers board a bit of time. You're hoping behind the scenes that they're out there looking to get the right man. I think it's got to be an experienced guy. But when you look at Murty's background, you know, where he's came through the 20s, it's phenomenal. He's got the guys playing for him. But irrespective if he wins it or if he loses it, I don't think he'll be the manager next season. It's just a hunch that I've got.
Who would you like to see?
Oh, well, I've said before, I would love to see a certain Mr. Souness and a certain Mr. Smith back at the club. Because if you look in the backroom staff, you know, they've got Lovenkrands, Johansson, Kevin Thompson's even there working behind the scenes. So there's a lot of good young coaches that could be taking the sessions, and they just need to manage the players. And it's about attracting players for me. You look at Celtic, Brendan Rodgers, he'll attract a certain type of player. Would Murty do that? For me, this is only my opinion, I'm not so sure. But if you had a Souness or a Smith, wow.
People would want to come in there. And Celtic, Mark, not playing the best of football, but if they were to go and do a treble again, would that be a bigger achievement than last year?
See, I've had this argument a few times. A lot of people
We're going to have it again,
say, aye, all right, okay. a lot of people say it is. I don't think it is. I think last year, when you go Invincibles and win a treble, is incredible. I can't see that being done ever again. Where my argument was, Celtic are that good, and you get sides that are that good that could potentially win, you know, trebles year after year. And you know, it would be a phenomenal achievement. I'm not taking anything away from Celtic if they achieve that. But to go unbeaten with a treble, I think that's incredible in any league, because people don't understand how hard that is to go a full league season and do that, and then, you know, add the cups where, you know, yourself, you could be an off day and put it, you know, against somebody. So I think last season was unique. Another treble would be fantastic, of course. So,
but no beat last year. Okay, what about yourself, Derek? What do you think?
I don't want another treble. You kidding me on? So this is massive for Rangers. You know, probably for a lot of the punters. Maybe I'm speaking for a lot of the punters out there. Sunday's absolutely massive to stop that treble. Just what you say, you're absolutely bang on, Mark. It's a phenomenal achievement what's happened. But it's all about Rangers trying to stop that. And Rangers, every one of them, need to be at the top of their game. Not just individually, but collectively, if they're going to stop that.
Okay, on to the coupon. This man got his coupon up the last time. Delighted for you, mate. I was delighted for you. I fancy you again, so we're going to go...
He's off. Look at that surprise. What?
You know, he's always in the bookies, this guy. Predictions, we're going to go game and first goal scorer. So we'll start with Motherwell, Aberdeen.
Oh, well...
We'll start with first goal scorer. Who would you pick?
My God, I haven't even had a think about that. I'm tipping Aberdeen in penalty. First goal scorer. Is Christie playing?
Christie can play, yeah. Can he play? Yeah, he can play.
Can he play against obviously?
Yeah.
I'd go for Christie. Again, I think he's what a talent he is. And against a Celtic player, isn't he? But I'll go with Christie.
Christie and Aberdeen to win?
Aberdeen.
Okay.
Penalty kicks.
Willow, what are you thinking?
I can see the game going, like I say, Motherwell will win. I think Aberdeen will score first though.
Okay.
I'll go for Rooney. Score first, but I think Motherwell will come back and win it 2-1.
Love that. Celtic v Rangers, give us your first goal scorer and your prediction.
Rangers need to score first again, and I'm going to go for a man that's we're just talking about that misses a lot of chances. I'm Morelos.
Okay.
I just think this might be his time. You know, he has missed a few this season, but come on, wee man, give us a goal.
And Rangers to win?
Do you know, my heart says, of course I want Rangers to win, but my head says Celtic. We need to score the first goal from a Rangers point of view, but it's so tough against a side that, just what I'm saying, they've got big game players. So I think Celtic, unfortunately, if I'm being really honest with you, I think Celtic will edge it.
Okay, and Mark?
A Celtic all day long for me. I just think they've got that hold of Rangers. I think they've won at Hampden before. They've got so many goal scorers, so that's the thing, it's picking who can score. I think Scott Sinclair, I know his form up and down this season, but I think if he starts coming in that right foot, he'll score. I think Celtic will win at 3-1.
Lads, excellent. Get the tops off, let's go to the car park. Cheers lads, thank you.
Cheers, man.